Chatting with Riz. Finally, I've been waiting to do a relationship episode because I'm such a relationship head and I just want to talk about love. And my brother also has been waiting to do this episode as well. This is Naeem Watts, my blood brother. And so, yes, I was raised by my brothers. Everybody knows I'm one of the guys. They've treated me like I was a boy my entire life. I am not a boy. You feel me? So, this is kind of a small introduction to his TV show or his YouTube show that he's going to be starting. So, what's your idea? What's your idea for your little show that you're going to start?
So, it's going to start with a 6-part series. An intro of basically my baseline, or a baseline that I've decided works for relationships in a natural aspect. Like, when I think baseline, have you remember watching the show Lie to Me? When there was a guy that talked about, he was a human lie detector. Remember that show? We all watched it together.
It sounds familiar.
And so he would ask questions and he would gauge you on what's a lie and what's the truth. And once he had a baseline to know when you lie and when you tell the truth, then he's able to go through it like that. So naturally, people have things that they have baselines. I think there's 4 major baselines. It's social contracts. And you know what social contracts are, right? Certain things that society decides are
the norm, like the normal way of life. Okay.
And then there's cultural norms, and those are different from social contracts because we live under the same social contracts being Americans, but we have different norms as far as cultural norms from black, white, Mexican. There's different things like that. Certain things that Mexicans do that are natural to them, that's more natural to them than it is for black people. The other one is religion. And then the one that I subscribe to the most is nature, because nature kind of explains the double standards that nobody likes, but when you start to learn it, you understand why we go through the things we go through as men and women. And it explains that, how if you take behavioral aspects of a male human and a behavioral aspect of a male animal, the behavior is more alike from the male to males, animals and humans, than it is behaviors from a female to a male humans.
That makes sense. So let me just say right now, I am a student of the love game, so I'm going to let him lead with most of this conversation. I just want to soak up some of that real shit they've been giving me my whole life. A lot of y'all think that, y'all can't run game. I'm not the easy. Well, let's not say you can't run game on me, because I just got game run on me. So yeah, I'm.
And women run game too, though. Women run game.
Oh yeah,
too,
no, I be talking that hot shit.
Yeah. Hey, chill out.
I be talking that hot shit. I'm not gonna lie. My mouthpiece go crazy sometimes. But so yeah, I do want to say before we get too much into it, like, I'm not, in a bitter stage when it comes to relationships shit. Even though I could be, I'm just going to, my idea. I'm gonna give a man something worth of value, and you need to value what I give you. And if you don't, somebody else is gonna appreciate it. Like, I'm not, chasing and playing Inspector Gadget and doing all that shit no more. So I'm really going to listen. I'm going to listen to, this is education for everybody.
All right, cool.
Okay, so the first thing, the natural order, like you were just saying, the natural order of women and men. Go ahead into that.
Okay, so when we were born as kids, I call that the sideline stage. When you're a child, the kids from before puberty don't count in none of this. We are all, that's when we're the most the same. As from infants, toddlers, preteens to teenagers. Once we turn teenagers, that's when we differ in our behavior outlooks.
And
exactly.
Puberty and shit, right.
What is the thing that happens when women hit puberty? When girls hit puberty, what's the first thing that happens?
We mature.
No.
Faster than men.
What is we're going to get into it. What is the thing the signal that you're going through puberty? Your period. And what happens to you during your period? All women say that they have an excuse for this thing.
PMS, your attitude, your emotions.
So your curse as a woman is emotions. What happens to boys when we hit puberty?
Your balls drop.
They start to your voice get deep and all that type of stuff.
Shit, I don't
but
know.
we get aggressive and we get horny. That happens with males, females. That's the male-female curse, I like to say. And that happens to animals too. If you think about dogs, if you think about lions, it doesn't matter. If you pick the males and the female animals and match that, those same things happen to them. Mm-hmm. So we have to realize that those things are natural. It is natural for a woman. This is what like people say men are logical and women are emotional.
Yes,
I hate that term. No, I hate that term. I'm going to explain why. I hate that term because it means it gives a connotation that women aren't logical. So let me explain the difference between...
And men aren't emotional.
Exactly.
Right.
So let me say what it really is. We both have both. I say women answer honestly to their emotions more often than men.
Hell yes.
So if you feel something...
I feel like men don't know how to acknowledge or sort through their emotions.
Well, we compartmentalize. We do a lot of sweeping under the rug because we can do it. We can disconnect that link a lot easier. And it may not always be for a good reason. Like, think about it like this. If a mom comes home from work and she had a rough day and she's mad, everybody in the house usually feels that. Dad come home and he had a rough day. He usually chilling and he might tell a long story. He might whatever, but it don't affect the family.
Right.
Women you can see a woman and she'll be talking shit to a big swole ass nigga that'll knock her the fuck out, and her emotions make her feel that way. So she answers honestly. A nigga gonna survey the scene like, hey, this nigga might knock me the fuck out. I ain't got my shit on me. I'ma chill right now. I'll double back and come, cause we can think past our emotions and shit. It's just, that's what we sever from. Now, that's why emotions is y'all curse, and y'all have to fight with that all your life. The curse for us is our sexual thirst. That's our curse. We answer honestly to our sexual needs, whereas a woman can think past that, and they can think the way we can think past our emotions to think logically. Y'all do that for y'all's sexual nature a lot easier than us.
Okay.
So when you
I ain't never thought about none of this shit.
Facts. That's what I'm saying. Nobody thinks because nobody knows it. Nobody knows it. Nobody connect those dots, and it's like when you start connecting those dots, you don't. What it did for me is it helped me. Once I understand it, it helps me not take stuff personal and not to think that I'm crazy for feeling the way I'm feeling.
And that's what I think that men need to learn women, because y'all would not take things so literal and so personal. Like, women get mad for dumb shit, but it's not that deep. You know, if y'all would understand that women just get mad, you know, y'all have to learn women.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
Yep. And that's really it. That's really it. And also, women gotta understand men too. The thing is that men, when we mess up, our mess ups have a more dire consequence to it. And so that's why we have to tread a little bit more lightly than women, because I think the man should always be less emotional than a woman, because an emotional man is a danger to women. When you don't know how to think past your emotions as a man, that's how you end up hitting women or killing your girl or stuff like that. You can lose your control, and it affects you differently. A woman, when she get mad, most of the time she just gonna talk you to death, probably say some shit she ain't supposed to say that probably cross the line, but that's the end of it. Men, we naturally are aggressive. We hold physicality as part of the everyday thing. So when we get emotional, it has to get physical to some point. That's why we channel our emotions a different way than y'all, because we know it's going to go to that level if it go to that level.
Right. So
a man has to be less emotional than a woman, because if you are as emotional as a woman, or more emotional than your woman, when she gets to doing those low blows and all this thing that you know may happen from time to time, you got to know to keep your cool and understand that you can't put your hands on that woman, you can't jeopardize everything you got, and you can't lose your cool and snap, because that's more dire. Especially even if she do get physical. If you hit me 6-7 times, it's not gonna hurt as if I really lay one on you.
Right.
So that's why we hold that burden of our.
And see, that's something that I would never do again.
Emotions
I'm going to not put my hands on men before, because now I know that it does have an emotional effect on the man that they may not acknowledge. Like, they're more just mad that women are putting their hands on them. So that's something I'm not gonna do anymore.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah.
But also the other side of that.
Don't crumple that up because the mic is picking it up.
Oh my bad.
You're no, you're.
Okay, so the other side of that.
All the time.
The other side of that is that no woman wants to hear is that it's common for us to answer honest to our sexual side because that's our curse.
What do you mean by that? Are you like saying that it's like you're justifying cheating?
No, I'm not justifying cheating. I'm saying it's natural. So that's something that we have to. No. This is what I'm saying. Let me take you there. Let me take you there. That's something we have to fight. We have to fight our sexual for you. You have to fight your emotional for me.
Okay.
Those are the two.
Okay.
This is why I bring it up.
That makes sense.
This is why I bring it up. This is why I bring it up because I was in a relationship before. And my ex told me, you don't get credit for being faithful. And I took it and I just ate it. And then...
like you're not supposed to get praise for doing what you're supposed to do?
For doing what you're supposed to do.
Okay.
And so I took it and I ate it because I was like, okay, I'm not going to argue. It is what it is. But then I thought about it. Like, that's our curse. That's what we have to fight with. Y'all have to fight with it too, but it's not the same. Like, if you think about it, has a nigga ever talked his way out of sex with you? Like, has a nigga said too much, you was like, I was gonna fuck him, but I'm not fucking him right now.
Hell yeah.
A bunch of times, probably.
Hell yeah.
Has a bitch ever talked her way out of sex with me that I was gonna fuck? Never. Because I'm answering honest to my sexual needs every time.
Oh, that makes sense.
What women talk their way out of is they talk their way out of relationships. That's what y'all talk your way out of.
Ooh, hi, that's
Shut up
me.
sometimes.
Ooh, hell yes.
That's what it is. It's we got different curses and we have to understand.
And I don't like the fact that it's the man's job to choose when it's time for a relationship or when you're gonna, when the relationship happens.
But that's the truth.
Yeah,
and if you understand that it is because you decide your power. Because we sexual creatures, right? We sexual. We sexual. I'm using my hands, so I don't want to. So, yeah, I needed that. So, let me explain why men dictate the relationship. We sexual creatures, right? We want sex. Okay, you gonna put them images up, but look at that image right there. That's a male, that's a female. I put a black hole for the males because in a male world, it will be a lot of you fucking and you doing whatever and you like. Okay, I'll put it this way: a male's natural instinct. If a female got 5 men and a male got 5 women, the female's natural instinct is to try to process elimination of which man is the best for her to provide for her kids. And to protect her through everything. A male's natural instinct, if he got 5 women, is to try to find 6.
Why?
Because we look for quantity.
Oh, my hair looks crazy in these headphones. Go ahead. We look for quantity. Y'all look for quality, and it's more natural for us. We are both the same, so we can choose to differ in both. Like a woman can live in a man's world, and a man can live in a woman's world, but the natural behavioral instincts is a woman will process elimination men and a man tries to gather women. So, because y'all know that we want... Is it because different women cover different roles?
That's what it ends up being on the back end. It starts because we got more sperm than women on the world. That's really what it is. We produce billions of sperm in a day and it has to come out. It has to come out. The more a man holds on to his sperm, the more angry and frustrated he gets.
But that's not just with men too, because sex is definitely a way of stress relief for women as well.
Okay, so you tell me about that. You dive into it, because I can only speak from a surface level when it comes to women.
I mean, it's just like working out, just the same way that you work out to let stress relief. And a lot of times, whenever it's a situation where you're not necessarily in a relationship, then that's the closest level of intimacy that you have, and women women need intimacy.
Yeah. Okay, but here's the thing. If I walk out of the house, any woman I see gets scanned in a sexual way. I don't think that's the same for women. Like, y'all look for the right sex.
I mean,
we look for sex, and then we worry about the other shit on the back end. Like think about it like this.
Yeah,
when you go on a date, the woman usually answers the question, asks all the questions, and we just answer because we already decided what the fuck we want. We not thinking about relationship until after we fuck usually, because that's what we got on this date for. And we figure out
I'm different because
end.
that's a requirement for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Good sex is definitely a requirement for relationships. So
I'm
not one of those people that's gonna be like, oh, I'm about to make you wait 6 months, because if I start to catch feelings for fucking 6 months and then the sex is bad, that's a waste of my time. Okay,
check this out. So you getting into my point. So you say that the sex is bad, that's a waste of time. I think, I'm gonna say something. I think happy wife, happy life sucks. I think that slogan is trash. I think, and I'm gonna be real with you, I'm just saying for a lot of y'all not gonna like this shit. I think the man's happiness matters more than the relationship.
Because if he's happy, he's gonna provide more. He's gonna do more for the woman.
Exactly. But let me break down. Let me break down the formula for you. We the sexual creatures. So if we the sex, like I said, women.
Hold on, Amir. Is the camera still good? Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
So we the sexual creatures. So you like maybe losing my train of thought.
I'm so
sorry. So I told you how men talk themselves out of sex all the time. Women talk themselves out of relationship all the time. If a man is bragging about sex life or his sex game and all this shit, and the woman that he talking about the sex with said it's trash and she's not happy, he's corny for that.
Yeah, facts.
Because you a sexual creature, you gonna get your nut regardless.
Right, you need to
take care of her and make sure, because she's lesser. Hold on, she's lesser of the sexualness than you. So you gotta make sure the quality is good for her to make her want to stay in it. As a man, I'm the lesser relationship one. You're the more relationship one. So if a girl is bragging about how good her relationship is and the nigga ain't happy, that bitch is corny to me. I like Dreka and Kevin Gates' relationship. I like when I see niggas brag about how they love their woman, how they ain't gonna lose their woman, all that shit. Tammy and Watt, them the relationships I care about. When I be hearing about, he don't get his dick sucked on Christmas. He better do this for, and he just like, I'm married.
Right.
That shit trash.
Yeah,
trash. When that man is happy, he gonna do right by that woman, and the whole system gonna be good. If you're a woman in a relationship and you looking out for you only, you trash. Point blank period. You trash. I think this might be in front. You trash. I want y'all to see. You trash. I wholeheartedly stand behind that. I stand behind that.